there was no dick involved, no sex involved.
No oral sex, nothing?
Nothing. And I'm telling you, when this man, he did for me and my boys.
Have you like had any karma for
the only thing that I would say, he said something to me. He said, you will never find another one like me. And I haven't. Because
but he was somebody else's husband.
Right. He would, like I said.
Is he still with this person?
No, they end up getting a divorce. He ended up wanting to get with me, but he was like the holy then thou type in the church.
There's no way
I became his therapist in a sense.
He
said his wife never did certain things for him.
They all say that shit.
I did for his birthday. I got this hotel room with the jacuzzi in it. I laid it out with the rose petals, everything for him and his wife.
Oh my!
You better be glad I ain't sitting by you right now.
For him and his wife.
No way. There's no way.
But let me tell you, I didn't want for anything.
You probably wanted some action.
No, I had.
You never even felt it.
Let me
never felt it.
I had 4 sons.
Smelt it. Nothing.
Drive a forklift?
I did. I absolutely did. I stayed busy every day. I was going to keep my mind active, my body active, because I knew I was getting out at some point.
I read 116 books while I was gone. I read a lot of Maya Angelou, and that was very helpful.
Your wife is driving forklifts, and you're
But she's always been different than me. I mean, like, you put me in federal prison, I'm not working for you. I'm not giving you no free labor. I'm not doing any of that. I'm here to do time, not your chores.
Woo! Welcome to The Truth Ain't In Us. We are so happy to be back this week. This is our last pop-up, but I want to thank all of you who joined us last week for our show. We thank you so much for being a part of that and engaging. Yada. That is to represent what the show is about tonight. BBLs, regrets, and pillow seats. The price that really ain't perfect. So listen, we are going to get into it. But before we get into it, ladies, any truth bombs for you guys out there that's in the chat with us? Put in the chat any truth bombs you want to drop for this week. Ladies, do you have any truth bombs for this week?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I thought Teresa had a hand on. But anyway, yes. Well, my truth bomb is I am not my past. And I have grown to embrace my growth.
Amen.
I would not be on this platform telling my truth to strangers if I held on to that past. And I'm so grateful for Tanya to ask me to come on this platform and speak my truth. So that's my truth bomb from this week.
Love it. Love you to death. Met Phyllis years ago, guys. Years ago through another friend at the time. And it's a crazy story. We're gonna have to get into it one day. But
Yes.
we became friends after that situation ended for at least 9 of us. I should say.
Wow.
But yes. Teresa, what's your
Yes,
truth
ma'am.
bomb?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. My truth bomb for this week is menopause is the devil.
Ugh. Why do you say that?
Oh my God, Tanya. It's never ending. Between the hot flashes, the night sweats, the mood swings, everything. I mean, it's just never ending. And it could last for decades.
Well,
So it's the devil.
have you tried the pellets?
Actually, I do have supplements that help. And
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. But what are the pellets?
So you need to actually go and speak to your OBGYN. That is something that I'm doing and have been doing for the past year and a half. And I will say that the hot flashes are gone, but your sex drive will increase tremendously. Like
Awesome.
you're going to be like a damn little bunny, the Duracell bunny hopping around that never stops, that never quits. You're
I'm
gonna
glad
keep going, girl. That battery ain't gonna run out.
So Tanya, if I'm already an Energizer bunny, what will the pellets do?
Oh my God, girl. I don't know. Your man ain't gonna be able to take you. He will not be able to take
I
you.
gotta come with a disclaimer.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Okay, well, send me the
Actually,
link.
You just brought that up, and I actually went and got my pellets today. They injected right here, right above your butt area, right there.
Okay.
And it's done in your OBGYN doctor's office, and the hot flashes are gone. I don't have that. I'm not
Okay.
experiencing
Oh,
it.
wow.
So Tanya, when you said pellets, I was thinking like a pill, like
No, ma'am.
pellets. It's a shot.
It's not a shot. They insert it.
Oh,
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
3 little small pellets that they actually insert, and it will dissolve.
Okay.
Yeah, it will dissolve, but get ready because you're gonna be ready to just jump on your man.
okay.
And
I heard of,
Okay.
I heard about those before as
I'm not
well.
scared.
yes. So, Tara, any truth bombs for you this week?
Oh, wow. What can I say? My truth bond this week is me being selfish. Trying to get out of that selfish stage. It's kind of hard. It's like a trigger. It's like at any given second, I feel like I gotta pop out and I'm trying to restrain. That's that old me. So my truth is now just to say, hey, just take it slow. You know what I'm saying? Gather your thoughts first and just don't echo reaction. So that's my truth of the week.
So, give us an example of what you're talking about.
I mean, just
That's
at the
vague.
I'm sorry.
That was vague. That's vague. I need to know exactly what you're. Just give us one little.
I mean,
example.
one little thing. My thing is, you in the middle of doing something and you take a look at your phone, for instance, and you see something, you be like, wait a minute, hold up, why they coming at me like that? You know what I'm saying? You saying making a comment, but it's like to the point of saying, instead of me reacting to it the way I reacted, it was just the idea of I felt like it had no bearing to nobody should ever cross it, come to you as I just feel like me personally. Nobody should, if you don't know the whole thing, don't come at me if you ain't got your receipts. In other words, that's what I mean.
Got you. So, guys, I want to talk about this clip that we just saw with Todd, Chris. What is it? Chris Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for me, I find it to be very condescending of him because he is not owning up to anything. He's not taking any accountability for what he has done. And also, he is actually blaming God for allowing him to go to jail. And my thing is, God gives us grace and mercy for so long for some of the things that we do. And I think God got to the point with Todd and his wife and was like, listen, it's time to pay the piper.
Yes.
It's time to pay the piper. You've been doing this shit for years.
Right.
And now it's time for you to pay the piper. And for him to actually go in an interview and say to, I think one of the questions was about the actual people who sent him to jail, the jury. And he made a statement about those were not his peers. His peers consist of millionaires and entertainers. And a lot of people, I have some friends that actually support him, love him. And my thing is like, so you're looking down on these people, these regular folks, and you're saying they're not your equal. What are your thoughts on that, Tatara?
Well, I would say, first of all, I'm like this. I used to watch the show. I thought it was hilarious. It was funny. But at the same time, guys, you got to understand, he was locked up. I'm quite sure when he got on the interview, he was not that humble. He was not. I'm quite sure he was afraid. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he was whatever. But in front of the camera, in front of people, he got to make it sound like, he got balls. You know what I'm saying? Hey, when he made the comment that he ain't working, he not working for nobody. Yeah, you don't have a choice in prison. You got to do what these people tell you to do. So you can't come over here and tell me that you going, if they say get up at 5 o'clock, you gonna say I ain't. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not getting up. They're not. I mean, that's just, to me, that was just some stunt that he did to make himself look big on camera. So I feel like it's just a show. And him saying about his peers, at the end of the day, God ain't have nothing to do that. What God did have to do with it, say, hey, you know what? It's time to uncover. Period.
Amen.
We brought it to the light. It's time to uncover. So that's what they did. They uncovered the truth. And so far, he was one that had to get brought to the truth.
Well, Loose Neck, Loose Neck says he's full of it.
He is.
Yes. And
I agree.
He is.
I
Okay.
agree.
He is.
Okay.
And he needs to pronounce the author's name correctly. He said Maya Angelou.
July. Yeah, he did. Yes, he
Well,
did.
Come
he's
on
full of
now.
shit.
Yeah.
Really? You read 116 books and you can't pronounce the author's name correctly? Come on now.
Well,
I want to say, how many prisoners can dictate what they would do and will not do behind
Zero.
bars?
Exactly.
Zero.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
he's exemplifying white privilege to me
Mhm.
behind the bars.
I agree.
I think he's
the one thing he did do in the interview. He came out and he started saying that the African Americans were being unfairly treated behind bars.
Mhm.
And my thing about that is, I just think it got hope to some black dingling in there, and I think that's really what happened.
I didn't even think about that, Phyllis.
What?
There's a whole, because to me, he has
Hey.
tendencies of a gay man.
He does.
He does.
You know what I'm saying?
does.
And that's what I mean. So I think he felt at home while he was in there.
I think he did too.
Does that mean Puffy feels at home?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Puppy feels at home, girl. Okay? So we got to keep an eye on that trial. We
Yes.
definitely have, we have
Yes.
to keep
Yes.
an eye on that.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And I think also, just the fact that, they're actually shooting his show right now. He's playing both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? The Trumpsters, because he is a Trump supporter, and the regular people.
True.
It's a tie.
Look at Loose Neck.
Oh my God. Listen. I definitely agree with you, Loose Neck. I definitely agree with you.
Right.
Definitely agree with you. And I don't know if you guys have been watching what's going on the internet, on Instagram. I saw this little clip about Jimmy Butler, the basketball player. He's 35 years old. Oh, well, we're gonna be right back. I'll talk about it in just a minute. When we get back, we're going to break, and we'll see you back in just a moment, guys. Thanks for watching. The Truth Ain't in Us. And we got some t-shirts we're going to be putting on sale. Got to get you a t-shirt. So definitely. And also, I want to say that we are accepting donations in the super chat as well. But we'll be right back after this commercial.
Are you
Lady,
tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance.
You're in the dog pound. Dogs and poodles, it's the Two Live Stews, and we're back. Our debate that started us on radio was the effectiveness of the option. Idiot.
You call your brother idiot? I never call you
an
idiot.
Dummy. What you did is called hijack the show. I'm done. Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart streaming live Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m.
That's the number 2 live stews, youtube.com. 2 live stews, youtube.com.
Amanique Miller and her younger sister Kiara Barnes traveled to Miami in March to get cosmetic surgery together, an adventure that ended in tragedy.
I have to remind myself every day that this is real. She's not calling in that Amanique is not coming back.
The sisters both underwent procedures at Avana Plastic Surgery Clinic inside this building on West Flagler Street. And then came here, to this home on Southwest 4th Street, which advertised itself as Kayla's Recovery House. Hours later, according to this Miami police report, Amanique was dead, leaving behind her 1-year-old daughter.
NBC6 obtained these records from the medical examiner's office, which show the cause of Amanique's death was acute combined drug toxicity.
They found a mix of the prescription painkiller oxycodone and an unregulated drug called bromazolam killed Amanique. In the ME's report, they describe bromazolam as a potent designer drug commonly found in counterfeit pills or powders. The medical examiner's office report states the use of these drugs in the hours following Amanique's procedure are responsible for the fatal outcome, adding there is no evidence of surgical complications.
Wow. That's deep.
It is.
It's a lot of that going on. A lot of people are opening up these homes or houses for people who are having plastic surgery. And my thought on that is like, who actually started the plastic surgery trend, especially with the BBLs? Was it the Kardashian bitches or was it the strippers?
I think it's a mixture of both, because it was told that these strippers say the bigger the butt, the more money they made. Now the Kardashians, of course, they were on social media and they got a lot of attention from especially Kim at first, and it has influenced a lot of people. And a lot of people say the younger generation hasn't been influenced, and but I think it's more so the not so young generation. You got middle-aged women, older women. Everybody's getting a BBL because it seems like the thing that men want to see. Women do things for men, but men always say they want to see the natural.
Right.
But go ahead.
But do you think you say women do it for men, but a lot of women say they do it for themselves. Are they just lying? Or they're doing it, they're seeking attention. They love the attention that comes along with that.
I think it's the attention that comes along with it.
And guys, you are watching The Truth Ain't in Us. Tanya Wilder, and we have Satara, Teresa, and Phyllis. So, yeah, go ahead with your thought, Phyllis.
I think it's for the attention. I think women do a lot of things for men. I had a friend one time whose boyfriend, she's at the time, it was her, well, fiance. She said he was constantly on the internet watching women with BBLs or women with big butts. So she told him she was going to get hers done. And he said, "Oh, no, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is go to the gym." But she said, but he was constantly,
All right, Ty.
constantly on social media looking at women's butt. And men tend to tell, especially I would say black men, they always telling black women what they want us to look like. You gotta do this, do that. And then they do these things, and then they end up marrying the Beckies with the flat butt. So I don't know. I mean, not all of them, but it happens a lot.
Well, I remember, like, we're in our, all of us are basically in our 50s and over. And back in the day, I can recall growing up where a lot of young girls would actually starve themselves, so they could look like the supermodel. And they would also stick their fingers down their throat so they can throw up and eat. They'll eat, and a lot of eating disorders as well, I would say. And today it's all about the voluptuous bodies. And I'm trying to think, are we setting the tone for these young people and and telling them that they're not good enough the way they are?
I think so, to a certain extent, but I'm more curious to where these women are getting the money from to do it. I mean, it costs what? What is the average? $6,000 on up?
Well, we're going to get into that, but go ahead.
I'm like, oh my God. So I think it's a self-esteem issue. I think everybody wants to look like who they see on the internet and on TV. And people have forgotten that it's okay to be an individual and be yourself. I'm not getting a BBL and then I can't find any pants that fit. All I can wear is spandex. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't find it attractive. I've asked all type of men, all type of ages. Some do, but it's a fantasy thing, just like what Phyllis was saying. Like, someone may want to look at it on their laptop or on the internet. It's fun, but do they really want their woman to look like that? So I don't know. Men need to chime in and let us know. Is it attractive? Is it not?
Dina says it's definitely insecurity. Okay,
yes,
Dina.
Okay. I agree.
But let me say this though. Okay, but with the BBL thing, my thing is this. Some women, because I have a couple of friends that had it done, some women just do it for themselves. They just want to. It's not about trying to do it for a man or what man. It's for themselves. I mean, as we get older, we still want our youth. You know what I'm saying? So when of course our breasts get to sag and our butt get to that, we want to. You still want to I want to bring it up a notch. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's so for much as a. It could be a self-esteem situation, but at the same time, I'm like I said, I have friends that do it for themselves. You want to feel good about yourself. If I go to work every day with makeup and glam like this, my whole thing is I feel good when I go to work and I look good for me. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm doing it for me. So that, I mean, it's a lot. Like you say, self-esteem may be the number one priority, but at the same time, the society that we live in today, everybody want a BB. Everybody want a big butt.
So
everybody want to have butt.
So question. Can you get a BBL and it not be like this? Can you get a little one? Can you get a little one?
So there are a lot of people out there, like Nene Leakes, for example. Nene Leakes had a BBL, and hers is not out there. She looks it's a natural a natural size butt.
Okay.
And my question is, why are these women, and I already know the answer, getting these big old asses with the skinny legs, and it's so they can make money on the internet at the end of the day. I think
they looking like money. But they looking like stuff. They look like they about to fall out. Their legs about to pop because they butt so big. It's like about to, and not no shade, but like tiny. Like her butt so big, her legs is this small.
It's horrible. That's a horrible job. That's a horrible job right there.
What's a horrible job?
Tiny has a horrible BBL.
Well, let's say this. We can compare it to before the BBLs came out. It used to be a thing where everybody got their breasts done. So some people got them so big that they look like they was gonna fall over in the front. I mean, so now they're doing it in the back, and it's the same thing. Some people get it so big that it looks just ridiculous.
So
but go ahead.
So do you guys think that it's the norm, that social media is making it like the norm for people to go out there, especially like these young teenagers? That's all they see, and they want to be like the people that they're seeing on the Instagram, and people are showing the bling, bling, bling and the badass bodies and all this stuff. So,
but again, where are they getting the money? Where are the teens and the early 20s? Where are they getting these thousands of dollars?
Tax income.
It's
Lord.
It's called care credit.
Care credit.
It's called care credit.
That's what it is. Care credit. Yep.
Okay. Care credit. Oh my God. Yes, it definitely is. Any of you women have had any plastic surgery done?
No.
Because I have. And so for me, I had my breast done, and we didn't go above and beyond because I have broad shoulders. So my doctor, he wanted it to be proportioned to my body, so we didn't go overboard. And because I'm in my 50s, when I turned 50, I wanted to do a tummy tuck because when I was younger, I didn't have the stretch marks. Okay. And with my last child, I have 3 kids. I had a C-section. So my muscles were destroyed. And so as much as I worked out, he said, Smokey Robinson, like a big deal. I'm over you. So for me, when I turned 50, I'm like, I'm not having any more kids. I definitely want to do a tummy tuck. And so I did the tummy tuck, and I'm glad I did it. But at the time, there's a lot of things that I did not know that I wish my doctor would have explained to me at the time and prepared me for mentally, because mentally I was not ready for the shit.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Mentally. And we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
After, but yeah. And Phyllis, you were saying something.
Okay. Yes. I was going to say that. Yeah. I don't think it counts as plastic surgery for me. Well, I guess it does, but I had cancer, breast cancer. So the breast that had the cancer in it, they did radiation and all that. So it was much smaller than the other. I've always had big boobs, always. So this, the right breast was much smaller than the left. So they had to reduce the left breast to match. And I kind of got a botched job, and it took me down through there, but hey. It is
I remember that. I definitely remember that. You went through a lot with that. Definitely.
It's all good now.
Yes. So guys, we're about to take another break, and we're getting ready to bring on Dr. Dr. Hetty. She's coming on. And if you guys have any questions in the chat, she's going to be able to answer some of your questions that you have. So just get ready and be prepared to ask questions. And we're going to take our break, and we'll be right back. You're watching The Truth Ain't in Us. Love you guys.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance. Every workout.
Natural or BBL?
I'm on natural. But I've had some nice BBLs. I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't.
BBL is not a deal breaker.
I take that back.
But the natural is always gonna win because it's just like this is you. That's always exciting.
This is you.
Yeah, this is you. This big you. From the start, from the jump. You know what I'm saying? That's always gonna win.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because if you got work done, you be like, oh yeah, you got your procedure.
I don't like when they lie though. Like, why is you lying? Saying,
I don't like when they get the BBL, they're turning the workout girls.
Yes.
Like,
two could get this.
we was following you.
Yeah.
We was following you the whole time.
Yeah, man.
You ever seen one come through the airport fresh off?
Nah, I always see the videos.
Oh,
though.
it's a sight to see.
Dang.
It's a sight to see.
Could it be swollen?
Swole. They bandaged up.
Oh.
See a little blood seeking through.
Not that far.
That's
Not
tough,
that far.
man.
Wow. Oh my God. I believe that's a true statement right there. And we want to welcome Dr. I have it right here. So Dr. Hetty Hudson, welcome to the show. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for coming on and talking with, to us and to our audience. And can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so you can just address me as Hetty. So I'm a nurse practitioner. I've been in the nursing field for about 15 years. Currently, I work as a plastic surgery nurse practitioner at Dr. Curbs. And so I am in the plastic surgery industry. I see the pre-ops, the post-op. I do aesthetic procedures, and I also help in the surgery itself.
Oh, awesome. Wow. Awesome. We welcome you. And we know a lot of people have questions about plastic surgery. I was telling everybody in the audience, out there that, when I turned 50, I wanted the boobs. And actually, I was going to come to you guys. It was during COVID. Okay. COVID happened. And I wasn't able to come because COVID. And then in 2021, you guys were booked. And it was between you and Dr. Wright Jones. And you guys were so far out with your bookings. So I wound up going to Dr. Wright Jones. But I've seen the work that you guys do, and you do amazing work. And we want to know, basically, what are some of the questions people ask when they first, come to you guys for BBLs, tummy tucks, breast implants, or lipo 360, whatever it is? What are some of the questions that people actually, come and ask?
So typically when they come in, we're the ones asking the questions. So we're trying to find out what brought them here. What research have you done? What made you come to our office? What made you decide that you want plastic surgery? And in what way are you going to benefit from it? And so once we ask those questions, we get an idea of who the patient is and what they're trying to achieve. And that's very important, especially when it comes to plastic surgery. We want to make sure that the patient is doing it for themselves and they have realistic expectations or realistic results that they're going to achieve with what we can do. And so,
and so I want to
go ahead.
So I want to know, are you guys also explaining the downtime when it comes to these surgeries? Because I know, with myself, when I had the tummy tuck, I had no idea I would be out for 3 months and go through, basically I couldn't sleep in a low bed. I couldn't get up in the high bed. And I couldn't lay down flat. And even with the recliner, because I don't have a recliner and I don't own a recliner. We had to rent in a recliner. And that didn't work. I was telling my husband, send it back. I laid in it for 30 damn minutes. And I was like, I can't do this. No. So we actually, I don't know what the hell he did, but he made something on the couch. And I was on the couch for 3 months. Yeah. So what exactly do you, share with your patients?
Well, we've been in practice since 2006, so any question you can think of, we try to address it during the consultation period so that you know what you're signing up for. And so with each procedure, there's a different recovery time depending on what you're getting done. But in general, we try to recommend that our patients take off minimum 2 weeks, and it can go from 6 weeks, it can go to 3 months, depending on whatever job they have, how long their FMLA or whatever it is that they're allowed to take off. But typically we tell them a minimum of 2 weeks. And then depending on how invasive the procedure is, depends on how long realistically they need to. So if you're doing like a breast procedure, typically we'll tell the patients maybe about 4 weeks, depending on what they do for work. Are you at a desk job where you're typing? Are you doing manual labor? All that determines how long we think you're going to need.
What's the number one response that people say as to why they would like to have plastic surgery?
Most of our patients are moms and people that are, I would say our demographic are women in their late 30s to about late 60s, 70s. And so they're doing it for them because they feel like they have put their all into someone else, and now they're ready to do something for themselves.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My question is, what happens when they don't achieve the goal that they're looking for? What happens on your part? What happens to how you make them feel or correct the situation of the surgery? How does that work?
I guess first we determine what their idea of the goal is. Is it that they don't like how they look? Is it that a lot of the times we tell them we may have to stage your procedure, because a lot of people start at A. You're not going to go from start at A and get to Z. Sometimes you have to start at A and you get to K, and then you rest a little bit, and then K may get you to Z. So with us, we're very realistic in what the expectation is going to be. So I would say we don't have a lot of patients that don't like their result, because most of them kind of have an idea of what they're going to look like. We tell you might still have some excess skin here. We're not going to be able to get all the fat, but we'll get majority of it. And so usually if they're unhappy about something, we can talk them through it. Maybe there's another procedure that they may need, or maybe, this is the best that we were able to do for what we were given.
Okay. Makes sense.
So
makes sense.
We see in the news a lot of bad, rep that's going on with some of these recovery houses. And there was one that we showed a clip of a young lady that passed away. Do you guys normally recommend going to a recovery house, or how to care, especially for the BBLs, I would say? What is your recommendation when it comes to that?
So for us, we usually tell our patients they need someone over the age of 18 to take care of them. We typically recommend it to be a caregiver, as in a mom, a husband, and usually in most cases, if you have someone that is responsible, that truly cares for you, they can usually handle taking care of you. And I would say over 50% of our patients, their caregivers are just family members. For other cases where patients may not have the family or friends, or they don't want their family or friends to know what they have done, then there are agencies that take care of patients. For us, we don't have like a recommended list, but we have a frequently used list.
And
one of the things that's in the news lately especially about the BBLs, is that they are smelly. Is that because of poor hygiene, or is it because of the procedure itself?
With that, I think it's a little bit of one. Maybe early on after surgery, it's hard for you to maintain your hygiene because you have drains, you have incisions, you have a lot going on. You have a dressing that's very compressive. So I think during that initial maybe first week to 6 weeks, you may not be the most hygienic as you normally would be, But after that, I feel like some of the talk, I would just say haters.
Yeah.
People that have had BBL, and either you're clean or you're not. You know how to bathe yourself, you know how to clean yourself, or you're not. Because just because you're a woman that is more voluptuous doesn't mean that you smell. And I feel like it's the same thing.
Exactly. I agree. And I do have a question. And I just learned this. I was speaking to one of my family members who actually had a BBL. And one of the things that she told me about was something that a lot of people don't talk about, and that's the cycle when it comes to the BBL. And so she told me round 1 is the foundation, round 2, the projection, and round 3, the perfection. So what does all of that mean, and how much does all of that cost? Because she's had 2 rounds where she spent like $30,000. So
I don't think that doesn't apply for everyone, right? So if you have someone that has a normal shape bottom, maybe they're just missing a little volume, they don't have any deficits. Like, not all butts are made the same. Some people have inverted butts, some people have really tight butts, some people butts are loose. So I think in general, depending on the patient, you can get volume, you can get projection, and you can get your aesthetic result with one surgery, right? There's patients who we consider they have a tight butt, which is like at that moment, only a certain amount of fat can fit in, right? And sometimes once things settle, they loosen up a little bit, you can do another round and you can get additional fat grafting. What most people have is what we call booty greed, which means they get the BBL, it's nice, it's plump, everything's settled, it goes down a little bit, they may lose a little bit of weight, and they realize like, I want a little more, and that's what most people suffer from.
And what about maintaining that cost? Because a lot of women who can't afford it, I think Teresa brought this up earlier, they can't afford it, but they're putting it on the care credit, or they're using their income tax money, and insurance doesn't cover a lot of this stuff. So if they have any issues and they go to the emergency room, they probably still won't be covered to a certain extent. So can you talk a little bit about that?
As far as post-op complications?
Yes, and the cost of, people who really can't afford it, but they get it, and the maintenance of it.
Okay. So I think for the people who say if you have a post-op complication, you have to go to the hospital. In general, most of the time your insurance will cover it, right? It's usually when you get into the specialty areas, like maybe you need a wound vac, wound care, things like that. When you get into specialties, that may not be covered, but typically when you go to the ER, for the most part, your insurance company will cover it. For people who necessarily can't afford it and get the procedure, usually you see that in their aftercare. They don't have a caregiver. They don't have supplies. They can barely stay at the hotel for the time. They can't even stay in town for as long as they need to. They don't have a car, And so you usually see it in the aftercare area, and they really suffer in that area. And as far as taking care of themselves, they can't get their massages. They can barely get their medication, But I think after the fact, you see a lot of these women in the gym, right? Because even though we do surgery, you still have to maintain it. And so a lot of people get offended when now you see this person in the gym and they're working out, and they may not even be saying like, hey, I got this body in the gym, but we're just assuming because we're like, oh, you look good. You didn't look like that before. Now you're trying to act like you got it in the gym. But in there. And now they feel good about themselves. They look good. They look good in athletic wear. So now they want to show it and they want to post it more.
Right. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hetty, is AI used to project the ideal outcome for an individual?
Is AI used to project? We don't. So I would say we have some gadgets we can use, especially when it comes to like breast. I think that's been used for a long time. And like, okay, this is your size. We'll take a picture. We can show you what this size implant will look like. We personally haven't used it as far as like, what we typically try to use before and after photos of people that look like them with similar body types.
Right. So gotcha. I have a listener that just put up a chat, and they want to know, is AI used to project? Tree, you took it away.
She just answered that, Hetty.
Hetty. Oh, she answered it.
She just answered her, yeah. Hetty, so a follow-up question to you. So let's say someone gets a BBL in 2025 and they love it. what does that look like in 2035? Do you have to do maintenance?
Great question.
What happens after a period of time?
So I've had a BBL myself, right?
You
I
don't
got
look
my
like you do.
and huh?
I'm shocked.
Yours is natural looking.
Yeah, let us see.
Yes.
Let
Some
us
of
see.
our patients are natural looking. A lot of the people you see that you think don't look good, it's not fat that they use most likely. So that's what you have to realize. Like, did they go to a plastic surgeon? Is it fat or is it some sort of silicone? You know? But it looks so the fat, once they take it from your abdomen, your back, your arms, your inner thighs, wherever they take it from, and they place it in your butt, it connects to the blood supply there and it becomes your normal fat. So if you gain weight, it gets bigger. If you lose weight, it gets smaller. And so it acts as your normal fat. The biggest thing is you want to try to maintain. That's why it's very important that you try to be at your ideal weight when you have the surgery so that you're not trying to gain and you're not trying to lose. That way it can continue to look the same. But as we age, we lose weight. And so I would say the most common thing that may happen is that it will not be as full as it was when you first got it.
So one more question before we go to break. I want to know, like, we see people like, and I like tiny, but the BBL does not match the body. The legs are skinny, and someone did put that up in the chat. So do you guys like coach them and say, hey, like, stay away from that size BBL? Because some of these women, their BBLs are just humongous and it doesn't look good. So do you give them advice like on which way to go?
We absolutely do. I would say in most of the cases where their legs may not match their bottom and it looks astronomically bigger, in most cases it's not fat that was used there, you know?
Wow.
Because for that, you only have so much you can use. And even when you place it there, so much is going to survive. And so those patients typically are not just fat. It's silicone and it's other agents that were used there.
Okay. Well, we'll be right back. You're watching The Truth Ain't in Us, and we'll be right back after this commercial. Thank you.
You're in the dog pound. Dogs and poodles, it's the Two Live Stews, and we're back. Our debate that started us on radio was the effectiveness of the option, idiot.
You call your brother idiot? I never call you
an
an idiot.
Dummy. What you did is called hijack the show. I'm done. Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart streaming live Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m.
That's the number 2 live stews, youtube.com. 2 live stews, youtube.com.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance, every workout.
Thank you, guys. You are watching The Truth Ain't in Us podcast. I'm Tanya Wilder here with Satara, Teresa, and Phyllis. And we have a special guest on tonight, Dr. Hetty. And I have another question for you.
Yes.
So the cost of all of this, we haven't gotten to the cost of what it costs and also what it costs to maintain it. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
We're talking about the BBL?
Yes.
Okay, so depending on where you go, BBLs I've seen can typically range from about $4,000 and it goes up to about $20,000. And the biggest thing that determines the difference is where you're getting it done. Typically Miami, the Dominican Republic, areas like that are a lot cheaper. Typically places like Atlanta, LA, New York, you're going to be more in that $10,000 range. And then it depends on how many areas of liposuction are you getting. And that is what really causes the cost to rise, and the expertise of the doctor that's doing it.
Is there a cutoff age for getting a procedure?
We don't have a cutoff age because for us, we require you to have a medical clearance. So your doctor you have to go into your doctor's office. They have to evaluate you, do a medical evaluation, and decide, are you healthy enough to have this procedure done? And they're the ones that determine that. So we have patients as old as late 70s that get their procedure.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I have a question. So how much fat can be safely transferred during the procedure?
So in Georgia, we have a max of 5 liters that we can remove. And as far as putting in most cases, as far as fat, you will put in maybe around 800, 1,000, 1,200. Max I've probably seen at our facility is it's hard to say. Each patient is different, depending on the size of the patient. But I mean, I would say you can go up to maybe about 1,200 or so.
But my question is, say someone has my size for its fat, and I want a BBL.
I can't see your bottom half.
I don't have that much, girl. I just got a little oop. Just a little scoop. Just a little scoop. Just a little scoop.
Just a little something.
Just a little something. But I'm just saying, I mean, where would you get the fat from if I want a BBL? I'm just trying to figure out what
you got to gain some weight, girl.
You can have some of mine. How about I donate some of mine to you?
Depending on the expertise of your doctor, a lot of people think they don't have enough, but you have to think for your body frame, how much do you really require, Okay. And so we'll get it from your abdomen, your flanks, your lower back brow row, your arms, your inner thighs, not necessarily make your thighs smaller, but there's a method to do it to where they can get fat and still keep your thighs, for the most part, around the same size. Okay. And so patients that are small frame, you can get enough to do something.
So I have a question from Julius 35C. How many people have come to correct their botched BBLs because they went to the hotel and got it done? Great question.
Great question.
And I think over the last 5 years, we've started to see a lot more of these patients. I think initially they were good, and as the years have gone on, they're starting to have complications. Us personally at our office, we don't remove the silicone, but there are other doctors who specialize in it and who are okay in taking those patients. It's very high risk, very high complication risk. But I think the prevalence of that is very high right now. So there's a lot of people that are trying to get that removed.
Right.
Patty, so on a more negative side, and I'm sorry to be negative, but
Okay.
these type of things do go wrong. Are doctors ever held accountable for botched jobs? Are they ever convicted? Are they ever forced to reverse it? What happens if it's the doctor's fault?
Okay, so when you say botched, you have to determine, is there something that was done as far as malpractice? Or a lot of people considered botched that I just don't like how I look.
No, let's go with the official botch.
Wrong.
It was malpractice, yes.
Malpractice. Well, every doctor reports to a medical board, right? Mm-hmm. And so that doctor can be reported to their medical board, and they can kind of determine from there what, if they, an investigation can be started, and they can kind of decide, okay, is this truly a malpractice case? And then yes, there are people that receive, repercussions for what was done.
Okay. So we have Julius 35C. So is maintenance on the BBL like getting an oil change on a car?
I would say so. I'd say for the most part, once you have the surgery, you do have to maintain a fairly healthy lifestyle, moderate lifestyle. Too much of anything can be bad, right? So you want to have a balanced diet. If you can be active, that's great too. It helps to tone your arms, tone your legs, because when you gain weight, it's just not in the area you had surgery. It goes in your face and your legs and your arms. And so in general, I think maintaining a healthy lifestyle, you can maintain your results. But like I said, especially with the BBL, if you gain weight, it gets bigger. If you lose weight, it gets smaller. So it acts as your normal fat.
So I also have another question from Loose Neck. I wonder how many women get turned down for surgery because of unrealistic reasons.
I'm sure a lot. We turn patients down all the time. If you don't have realistic expectations, if you're not doing it for the right reason, it's not about money. It shouldn't be about money if you go to the right person. You have to care about your patients, and you're going to have to want the best for them, and you have to really believe that you can help them with what they have issue with. So I think if it's a good doctor, a lot of people get turned down. And it may not be forever. It just may be in this time period right now, you're not ready for this procedure.
Okay.
Great.
I have a question. Do you all do non-surgical BBLs?
Non-surgical as in so for non-surgical, they have products such as Sculptra. That's, I think, the most popular. We don't do that, but that is a treatment for people who may not have enough fat and they want some sort of augmentation. They can get that. It's very expensive, and it's a product that doesn't guarantee results, and it does go away. And so oftentimes we find that we are able to perform a BBL either through fat grafting or through an implant, and it's more successful than that.
Okay.
Okay. Another question from Till Dog 12. Do BBLs have blowouts like tires after so much wear and tear?
I have not heard of that. I'm trying to figure out how would that happen?
Well, they said Kenya Moore. You remember they dragged her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They kept saying one side of hers was sunk in. They kept saying that over and over again.
Right. I don't know what Kenya's has had, but I will say this. A lot of the women who were that girl in the 90s and late 80s, fat grafting wasn't as popular then. So most of them likely did not get their bottoms from fat. And so a lot of them are starting to experience what happens when you get silicone and things like that.
So with the silicone, are you guys able to take that out? Is it able to be removed?
It is kind of. You can during that process, because once you put it in, it attaches to the other structures and fat that's within your butt. So it's not something where you can just cut a square and it's out, And so you can try to lipo it out. In some cases, you have to cut it out. But even with that procedure, it's not 100% gone.
So is that what K. Michelle had? Remember, she had all these operations to remove, and it was a complicated procedure.
Did say that she had silicone.
Okay.
Wow. So you guys stay away from the silicones. Is that what you're saying? Stay away from that?
Yes, in most cases, yes.
Okay, because I think a lot of people too, they may have questions, but the unknown questions to ask. You know what I'm saying? Because we may do our research, but we don't know what we don't know. At the end of the day. Right. And Julius 35C is back again, and he wants to know how many men have come in asking for that Kyle Lowry BBL.
I don't know who Kyle Lowry is. Am I missing out?
I don't know who that is either. He has to tell us more. I have no idea who that is.
You have men that come in not only for the BBL, that just come in for aesthetic procedures. And that's becoming more popular too. And I encourage it, because just as women, we want to look good. The men want to look good too, but the women are not welcoming it,
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So how do y'all feel about men that go in and get abs?
We love it. We love it.
Well, I know you do, Hetty. You getting paid. I'm talking about the ladies' society.
Everybody wants to feel good. They want to look good. So why, because you're a certain gender, you can't? Why? Everybody, if it's out there and it can be done safely, why not? If there's something you don't like about yourself, why not? If you have the means to do it and it's reasonable.
Gotcha. Amen to that. So Dina has a question, and she wants to know, does silicone get into the bloodstream?
It can.
And what happens when that happens?
It can be very bad, depending on what part it gets into, it can go into your heart, go to your lungs, it can cut off circulation. It may have to be amputated, cause the area to die because it can't get blood flow. It can be very, very bad. very, very bad. It's very dangerous to get that.
Wow.
And it's very
So
serious. And
So he
I think with more education now, people are realizing that. Back then, I don't think they realized how dangerous it was because they just saw the next person. Hey, how do you get to look like this? Oh, I had so and so do it, and then they got it. But no one is really talking about what happens if it doesn't go well.
Okay. So Sean Hinkle wants to know, what type of complications have you seen or heard about from the procedure?
Okay. There's complications with every procedure, right? And so most of them is we considered pain, infection, bleeding. The most common a lot of people hear is like some sort of fat embolism, pulmonary embolism, but blood clots. So with any procedure you have, there's a risk of death, but it's like the percentage of it. But with anything we do, there's a risk associated with it. And so the biggest thing is very important to know who's doing it, where it's being done, and what type of experience that they have. And you yourself, are you healthy? Are you telling the truth about your medical history?
Exactly.
Making sure that what they're dealing with.
And I agree with you on that, because when I did have my tummy tuck, my wound actually opened up, and it was because I wasn't healthy, and I had to start eating differently to close so it would heal. But we definitely want to thank you for coming on tonight, and you tell everybody where they can find you, and
Absolutely. So I'm mainly on Instagram. I have my work page. If you want to see the work that I do, our practice does, it's Hetty, HETTYNP _ Dr. Curves, DRCURVES. Our plastic surgery page, if you're interested in plastic surgery, is Dr. Curves, DRCURVES. And then my personal page is Love Hetty, LOVEEHETTY.
Well, we definitely thank you for coming on The Truth Ain't In Us. And ladies, anything that you want to say to Dr. Hetty?
Well, thank you for coming on. Answer. Look, you cleared my mind. Like, look, I can't have her booty. Okay, I can get a booty.
Absolutely can.
Thank you so much for coming. I don't want a BBL, but I do want a BAB, and I'm gonna work on that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine too.
Before we go to break, can you tell us, like, do you guys offer like any promotions and stuff like that?
We do. The summer's coming up. We're about to have a summer promotion, but we are full service. So we do weight loss, we do semaglutide, HGG, B12, we do aesthetics. So we do filler, Botox, earlobe repairs, dimpleplasty, laser hair removal, and then we do cosmetics. So the breast lift, reduction, lipo, arm lift, everything.
I need this.
I
need this on.
Tanya, stop.
Stop. There's nothing that we can't do.
I need that on, but no surgery though. I don't want no cuts here. So you guys can get rid of this without surgery.
We can do it with some lipo. Yeah, and all of our procedures don't necessarily have to be asleep, but be careful what you sign up for. Just make sure whoever is selling it to you, that you see before and after photos of people that look like you, that look similar to what you have, to make sure that they can achieve that for you.
Y'all, somebody said buy one cheek, get one cheek free.
Well, we do have a summer sale with
funny.
Our BBL is attached to it. And so if you're interested in lipo or BBL, please look out in the next 2 weeks on our Dr. Curves page. We have a summer promo. We don't have promos often, but we do have one coming up.
Well, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll be seeing you soon. We may invite you back to the show. Definitely.
Come by the office, do a tour. Let's have some fun. You can do it. Yes.
Thank you. Yes. We will definitely take you up on that offer. Okay. And thank you for coming on the show, guys.
Thank you.
We will be right back. You're watching The Truth Ain't In Us. And we definitely appreciate Dr. Hetty coming on the show to speak to us about plastic surgery, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you.
All right. I know Tanya said what she wants. What about the rest of you all?
Okay, bring it.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance, every workout.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm sorry. I'm getting my little wine together here. You are watching The Truth Ain't In Us. I am Tanya Wilder, joined by Satara, Teresa, Phyllis, and the lovely Taylor.
Good evening, darlings.
Love that hair tree.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a very informative, shocking at one point. Whoever asked the silicone question, Deanna, it was Deanna. Deanna, thank you.
Thank you.
You thanking us. I'm thanking you because I never knew that. And well, I don't need silicone to get them lifted, do I? Just
no.
It was good. She was good. Thank you. Thank you, Hetty. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Y'all ready to read?
Yes, I want. Yes. Let's go.
All right.
Let's get it started.
Thank y'all for being here tonight. Always a good time with my guys and ladies. I saw Sean Hinkle. I didn't see her before. She's new. Oh, look, Amos is here. Hey, Amos. Ty Davison, a couple in jail and a few putting money on his books. They're talking about your Chrisley rollout. A couple in jail and putting a few dollars on his books. Are you implying? I think he's saying Trump because you talked about them being aligned.
Well, yes, he's definitely aligned with Trump, him and his family. And I think this came about after he went to jail because he does have a black granddaughter.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I think that's why a lot of people in the black community really, embraced him. So I think with that being said, and I think his daughter just jumped on the bandwagon because she needed her dad and mom out of prison.
I think
exactly.
So
wholeheartedly. Spa Doja was here.
Tree, we can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I moved something and muted myself.
No problem.
Dozier was here at 8:04 p.m. Thank you for being here. And he does do massages. He kept trying to get Dr. Hetty to stand on up and show us what she was working on.
So where is Spa Dozier located?
Yeah, he needs to chime in on that. But he said this is going to be my kind of show. I know something about BBLs. Probably Spa Dozier, are you doing the after work?
Yeah, because we need to bring you on.
Ty Davison wanted to help out Teresa, and the stuff he was putting in there, I was like, he got a woman.
Right.
Oh.
Ty Davison said, I have Dr. Sabi's book, and it has a few natural herbs and supplements the ladies can take for the pause. Teresa, he was running it down like
he was. I gotta scroll back up and see the list.
Thank you, Ty. Right. He's selling cars and
he was trying to help. He was trying to help.
Listen, he's selling cars and freeing us from the pause. Apparently,
right.
I have never heard that saying before.
What? The pause?
The pause.
Freeing us from the pause.
The pause.
I like that.
He made the pause, and I said freeing us from the pause.
The pause.
I like it. I like it.
But wait, can I ask y'all something?
Yes.
Did I already ask you this before? Do y'all remember anybody talking about menopause or perimenopause when we were younger? We're all
No.
around the same
No.
age.
No.
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 Nobody was having pregnant stomachs
No.
because of the cortisol.
Right.
I don't
Okay,
think
wait.
they knew what it was back then.
It's
No,
the
I
food.
think it's the food nowadays and the chemicals in the food.
Yes, Phyllis. Because
I'm
how
agreeing.
come on Soul
Yeah.
Train? Remember how everybody looked?
Right.
Soul Train. They were real.
What they say, Teresa?
Soul Train. Okay, we're not gonna have a
Okay, we
concert.
don't, see, we're not even going to compete with you because we know that you can sing, girl. She can
Exactly.
sing.
But yeah, I didn't hear. I just remember everybody seeming old, but we're their age now, and I don't feel like them.
Yep.
Right.
From Mocha. This is Mocha Bella, ladies, but this is her Facebook name. But she also is Mocha Bella. She's a Stewie. Stewette. It's a lot of these deaths going on in Miami where I live. Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She later on commented about I think I started, but Tanya, you might remember DC Young Fly's girlfriend.
Yes. And
That was a
actually,
mess.
yeah, I believe Phyllis, like your nephew, God bless his soul, knew them very
Yes.
well. So
yeah, she was at the funeral, my nephew's funeral, with B. Simone. And
we're gonna talk about that one day.
Yes, and then like about a couple of weeks later, she passed away.
Wow.
I saw that she passed away.
The very first movie that I was working production on was a movie that DC, it was called Digital Lives Matter. And that was my first chance to be in production on the set. He is a very nice human.
He is. I have some, my husband and I, we have tickets for the Hawks. So, and I believe this year we have 4 seats because we had 2 and then we grew to 3. Now we got 4. But so I'm definitely going to invite you guys to come.
Can Bart go to games by himself? Sorry, finish your story.
He has gone to games. Yes, he has gone to games by himself because when I was working, not a 9 to 5 because I haven't worked a 9 to 5 in over 20 years. But when I was working, and sometimes I was tired, I didn't feel like going to the game. I'd be like, call some cousins and ask them to go to the game with you because I don't feel like going. So yeah, absolutely.
I was messing with you because
I don't mind, but yes,
I have to do that. So Satara, I think you don't agree with this because I think you talked about people doing it because they just want to. But JY3 says the bigger the butt, the lower the self-esteem. Teresa, you're shaking your head, but Satara said earlier, maybe you
that
ain't
true.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say that's that's an individual perception of what people think. Because at the end of the day, I'm good with my scoop. I got no problem with mine.
Yeah. And my family, my family member that has one, she is definitely confident with hers. And I think if you have low self-esteem from the start, then you just have low self-esteem, period. Okay. And it doesn't go away.
Exactly.
With the BBL. You're right.
You know? So you're always looking for perfection.
Deanna says, when booty shaking down, we've been booty shaking down here in the South, and women never thought of getting a BBL. The shape of the BBL mimics Kim K, in her opinion.
True. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Because think about it, these women were going in hotels getting BBLs before Kim Kardashian was even discovered. You know what I'm saying? So you had, I forgot the name of the guy or the person that was giving these people BBLs.
Somebody is moving something. Stop. We can't hear you.
I don't know. Okay. Go. But some, I think with the BBLs, they were doing it before they were getting cement in their ass. Remember?
I've heard. Why do you disagree with that?
Because far as I can recall, the BBL, the first person was the Kardashians for me. I felt that because they were in the limelight and they dated African American men, they was trying to live up to the African American woman. So that's how I feel that they came from there. But like you said, I've heard stories about, women getting cement. Matter of fact, it was so funny. I watched something on Nick's Fist called Black Beauty, and the young lady, the stripper, was in there, and they put Fix-A-Flat in her butt, and she had to have surgery. And I was like, they actually put Fix-A-Flat in your butt. So yes, you hear stories like that, and your heart goes out to it. But I'll stay with my scoop.
Well, yeah, that's what I think the strippers were doing it to make more money. To make more money, the bigger the butt. Yeah.
Wow. And Loose Neck put on here, Mr. Wilder sitting next to Boozy on the sideline. No, he's not. We do sit on the lower level. I want to say that, and
y'all not gonna do Bart.
No, we sit where the celebrities sit at, but he's on the opposite side of where we sit actually. But yeah.
Ty Davidson wants these ladies to at least get matching thighs. We don't want to see 80% of BBLs look terrible. Yeah, they don't look
that part.
Right. Well, that's true. Another thing, have y'all noticed that actually Kim K and Chloe, I think they had a reduction, a reverse. They had theirs. So they
had problems.
It's all about the money. So they're changing the look. People are following them. Whatever they do, people start doing it. So these plastic surgeons, to me, they don't care, because come on in. We go make the money. If you want to get a reduction, we'll take it out. We'll put it in and we'll take it out, because they still getting money. And they are a big influence on social media to a lot of people. No matter what we want to say, some people say they just tits, ass, and makeup, but hey, they got a lot of influence. I'm serious.
They
do. A lot of people.
Mocha Bella says these women are trying to get the likes, follows, and money on social media, and some of them do. Don't they, Tanya?
Yes,
I agree. I agree.
I mean, don't you know? I said, don't they, Tanya? Because I thought you knew some of these people that make money.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
That's who I want.
I definitely do know some people personally that have had the BBLs, and they're social media models. They call themselves models, and that's all they do. And they live this fabulous life. And they do, definitely. And the one thing I can say as well, and don't get me wrong, because this one particular person that I know, she is beautiful inside and out, but I just don't understand why the big ass. I mean, I don't get it. It's huge.
Did you ask her?
I don't want to offend her. I think that could be offensive. And as much shit as I do talk, I am mindful and respectful at the end of the day until you cross me. And it becomes a whole nother shit.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
From Loose Neck, Inside. I'm 55, and I still remember the first time I saw a female with biker shorts.
Lord have mercy.
We were talking about
Same age. When's your birthday, Loose Neck?
We shouldn't have been wearing that stuff. And them guys, the men should not, all their meat.
Right.
All their meat.
That part.
Hey, I'm going to make you guys laugh really quickly. When I was a manager in Tennessee, I won't say the company that I worked for, but it had to do with security. And I was the office manager, and I hired this guy, white guy, by the way.
And what?
His suit pants was so fucking tight. His penis was bulging out. And I'm like, he cannot go to client's house like this. There's no, because when he walks in the door, that's the first thing they're going to fucking see. And even the administrator of the office came up to me. She's like, you're going to have a talk with him about that. Like, what the fuck can I say but this man with his penis sticking out like he's always on 10 on
That's
hard.
how he sells. That's how he
Like,
sells.
we done
That's
made
how
a
he
lot.
sells.
He was making his money, girl.
Right. Just like women have cleavage
You
and
trying to
have
block.
everything hanging out. He said, "Okay, I can play that game too. I'm gonna
Oh
get
my
my sales
God.
up."
That's funny.
Moochie
That
says
was hilarious.
they remembered that
You
story.
tell-
Apparently, you've been going around telling about that man's meat.
Oh, that's my hairstylist.
Hey,
I know.
do y'all remember the school teacher who was so voluptuous that no matter what she put on, and they was, about ready to fire this lady, but whatever she put on, you can see.
But that was Miss
Everything.
Wilson. Miss Wilson was my 4th grade teacher, and she was a badass bitch. Okay? She was a badass bitch back in the day, 4th grade. And I'm like, damn, Miss Wilson turning heads. And I'm not even like, listen, I'm not attracted to women or anything, but she was a bad bitch. Okay?
Loose Neck said that man's pants was so tight you could see.
Yes, I had never in my life, and then he was a white man, and he had a big penis.
Okay.
All right.
From Titanic.
There's a myth to all of that.
He
White
said,
men
"Carl,
have big penis too.
He gave him a
What was the
nickname,
sock?
Moose
What was
Knuckle.
the sock?
It
Okay,
wasn't
Tanya.
a fucking no
It
sock
wasn't
there.
a sock. No
It
sock.
was no sock.
It was the real deal.
Julius 35C, meat showing at work is wild. Not really, not for me. No.
What?
I don't work anywhere. I work at home. I work at home. Y'all ain't finna call human resource. It's not a problem, Julius. Though, for real.
Oh my
Oh
God.
Lord, here go Amos.
Amos,
Hey, Mr.
okay.
Ferguson. Welcome to the. Where are we, ladies? For anybody just joining us, you were watching. There
I'm
it is.
sorry. You are watching the Truth Ain't Amos got me. Amos got me like, look at this.
It was
boy.
a prank.
Right.
No, Amos, sorry.
Sound like somebody hating.
Okay. Exactly.
There was no prank there. No prank at all. No prank at all. Because I'm telling you, when I hired him, he wasn't wearing those pants.
Did you see that tree? Did you see?
Wait.
What?
From Antoine Anderson, there are BBL peens too. Stay woke.
Stay woke.
That's what I told him. Stay
Ugh.
woke.
I wonder how much that cost. We should have asked her that. That's the
Right.
question. When she comes back on the show, we're definitely going to ask her about that. How many of
wow.
men are getting the fake penis? And does it work the same?
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh
That's
wow.
interesting.
Oh
Why
God.
minds want to know? Huh?
Inquiring minds want
Minds
to
want
know.
to know.
You were right.
My wants to know, did you ever talk to the man? Like, how'd you get him to stop having the peen patrol?
The pants.
Well, here's the thing. He couldn't sell.
Even with the penis.
No, I had to let him go. I had to let him go. He didn't work the penis. He didn't know how to work the penis.
Dang.
Oh,
That's sad right
That
there.
is
That's
sad.
sad. That's sad.
But what did you say, Tanya?
I could never even bring myself to have that conversation with him because first and foremost, I didn't want to be called in
Human
human resource. This man say, I'm talking to him about his penis. I would have brought in a male to talk to him about that at the end of the day.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
they ladies and gentlemen, just so y'all know, Amos is going on the 2 Live Stews cruise. So y'all better raise up. We finna play some cards and dominoes.
Amos going on a cruise, girl.
Yes, he
Oh
is.
Lord.
And we want to know,
Lord.
Amos, are you bringing your side chick?
You bring your side chick, Amos.
He paying for it.
Well, actually, Amos is the side dick. So
Right.
Are you allowed
Bringing
to
his
bring
side
her?
chick.
Exactly.
From Till Dog 12. Doug would have called the police on that white guy.
But decent exposure.
That cattle selling ninja.
Yeah.
Listen,
Jashani Amos wants to know if, or Jashani said that Amos is going to City Trends and buying. Y'all better leave Amos alone. Tanya
Don't
Giffen.
forget the Chanel scarf. Don't forget his scarf, girl. He had on Chanel scarf, girl.
Okay.
Listen,
and the hat and the glasses. Deanna says she went to a majority Black high school and an HBCU, was in her city. Curviness used to be celebrated.
Yeah,
That's
true.
That's true.
In
That's
other
true.
countries, it is big time.
Absolutely.
From Baron Rivers, there is nothing attractive about a BBL. That's obvious. So
Oh, God.
that's a bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
think,
agree.
Baron, I think it's so like Hetty. I've seen her on social media and in person, and hers looks so natural. Nene Leakes has a natural BBL. I think she got hers about a year and a half ago because she talked about it on social media. I think it's the girls that's getting those voluptuous, over voluptuous BBLs that just
Okay.
don't fit and match their body.
Okay.
You know, so
Like Tiny.
Well, back.
exactly.
Tiny Robinson.
And
Tiny
Kenya
Robinson.
Moore.
hat.
Yeah.
From Shedrick Jones, he's showing love to the new show. What up, Stu Nation? Like, comment, and share. He says that we're doing a great job, and please keep bringing content. Don't worry.
Oh,
Don't
thank
worry,
you so
Shedrick.
much. Love that. Love
Tanya
that.
got
Thank
the
you.
rest of the year planned out.
Oh, we're going to be bringing some great shows to you guys starting in August. I cannot wait. We're going to have a lot of fun. We have a lot that we're getting ready to do as far as with the show here.
And we're going to be outside. So you
Out
stuff that y'all can come to.
Get ready. Hey, we may be coming to a city near you.
Okay.
So,
Hey.
Sean Hinkle, congratulations. This is regarding Phyllis's comment. I'm also a breast cancer conqueror.
I did do a little love sign.
Didn't know that, Sean. Didn't know that. God bless him. Listen,
Bless you.
one thing I'm going to say about where Hetty works at
Okay.
is when I did originally go to them for the breast, to get my breast done, they had me go and get what do you call it?
A mammogram.
A mammogram. My mind right now. A mammogram. And I'd already had a mammogram because I do get one every year, but they required me to go and get that. That was part of getting ready to do the breast thing. But they found a lump and it was benign. But the fact that I would have never known because I just had one 6 months ago and they didn't find it. I was so thankful that they sent me there. And then that put me on pause back then. It actually put me on pause and I had it done 10 years later. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, ladies, we're going to get ready to go. Amos, here we go. BBL is for women in show business, entertainment. However, working women and hood chicks want to portray that image and they get what they can afford. And most look terrible. I might be in agreement with this. They don't be the celebrities don't be looking good. Like
no, the celebrities don't be looking good either.
Nope. I'm never gonna understand when they get bad wigs all the way back here, hair looking and the BBL.
I like Cardi B, but Cardi B's BBL is no. When she turns around, I'm like, to the side, I'm like, I'm over it. No, absolutely not.
Well, it's not just the BBLs. It's some of them with the plastic surgery, like Lil' Kim and all them. They just go too
that's
far.
a whole nother show.
They just
Lil'
go
Kim.
way too far with it. Yeah.
Teresa had a question. She wants to know how you all feel about, I guess, any lady and the ladies in the chat, and you all, if your man got abs.
I would be okay with
that. I'd be okay with it. I'm okay if my husband had abs. I would be okay. With
No, if he got abs.
Like
went
out. Yeah, if he got abs, yeah. Well,
I would be okay with
that. If he thought that's what he felt good, he wanted to get, I probably would be okay with it. You know,
you are a good wife.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm not okay, but I just
It's
I was
ass.
saying,
Now, if he said he was getting a fucking BBL, that would be totally a fucking. We
I wish mine would say.
Why
he
you
he
need
say
to
what?
no? If my husband said he's getting a BBL, I'll be out the door.
Bye bye.
Is that right?
What? Oh,
Okay,
Bart
right.
Wilder's in the chat, guys.
Boy, Bart
good,
say, what's
boy,
good
Fat?
for the
It's
snack?
It's good for the back. Oh, wow, Bart.
Wow, Bart.
Bart said, what's good for you is good for him. Hey, now
Well,
what?
Loose neck wants to know what you drinking, Satara. Oh, look at here.
Oh, God, Lucy.
Okay.
Look, and I just killed the bottle. I don't even know the name of the wine, but it's so good.
From Loose
Out the
Neck.
next time, mess with that next week. You got the next one. When we come back, and I'll let you
just
know.
sent us $19.
Thank you, Lucette, for the $19. Yay!
All right, Tanya, wrap this up. It's time to
So
go.
I wanted you to
get out
read
of
his,
here.
I wanted you to read his chat tree.
Oh,
because
okay.
he paid the 19.
I didn't know. Y'all.
Yes.
Okay. From Loose Neck said Todd Chrisley would buy everything that salesman was selling.
He would.
Well, he probably
He
would.
Correct.
He
Hopefully
would
he
and
saw
more.
the show.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's where he need to call Hetty. I'm gonna let you end it, Tanya.
Oh, wow. This has been a great show. We thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We will be back in August every week on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10. Oh, love the combo. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys so much for joining and watching the show. Anything you ladies want to say or add?
I just want to say thank you, guys. Thank you for all your support.
Yes, I would like to say thank you for tuning in and be sure to subscribe. And please come back in August and join us.
For sure, for sure. And like I stated, Teresa, do you want to add anything?
Oh, just thanks for joining in. You guys are hilarious. You've kept the conversation going, and we appreciate the support. So thank you.
And another thing, the Stews are doing a cruise for Super Bowl. And I'm going to have Tree to put that up on our site as well. And you guys may want to come along. We're going to have a great time. We're going to be on the cruise as well. The Two Live Stews. Please like and subscribe to their podcast, and also like and subscribe to our podcast as well, and hit the notification button. You don't want to miss the next show that we have coming. Is already set up. We have a great guest, and we're going to be putting some teasers out there for you as well. When it comes to that show, get ready. It's going to be explosive. Trust me, it's going to be explosive. You don't want to miss it. And you guys got to hear from Mr. Wilder tonight. So, but yes, we thank you guys again. You are watching The Truth Ain't In Us. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell them to sign up to watch the show. And thank you all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.